Welcome in, Alabama fans. We've got some breaking news today and something that I did not see coming at all. Alabama has flipped the number one edge rusher out of JUCO from Mississippi State. He's been committed to Mississippi State for a while now, has a connection with Jeff Lebby there from his time also at Oklahoma. And we're going to break all of that down on today's show. Plus, we're also going to talk about some stuff regarding the next couple of games on Alabama's schedule because, man, they are absolutely about to hit a gauntlet, and it is going to be tough for the Crimson Tide. Make sure you guys are subscribed, though, right here, the Alabama Football Report. When Alabama gets commitments, that means we will have a video for you guys. Any kind of news or rumors that comes out. Also, put out another short earlier today about my frustration with Alabama safeties so far this year. So do not miss out on any Alabama football content. Also do our Alabama football watch parties every single Saturday. So do not miss out. Hit that sub button for me right now. So Kevonte Henry, the commitment that Alabama gained today in their 2025 class, these are his rankings coming out of high school. Like I said, he is out of JUCO right now, but he was in that 2022 class, committed to Oklahoma. Four-star recruit, number 33 edge rusher overall out of the state of California. And he has kind of had, a journey when it comes to, his time in college. Originally, he was committed to Michigan, had a relationship with Courtney Morgan, but then Kalen DeBoer stole Courtney Morgan from Michigan. And on commitment day, he decided to flip to Oklahoma. Like I said, he had that connection with Jeff Lebby there, and he ended up getting redshirted at Oklahoma, decided, hey, I want to play some, I want to keep developing, ended up going to JUCO. So he transfers to JUCO, and then he's still been in JUCO now for 2 seasons, and he's been committed to Mississippi State. Like I've said a couple of times now, he's got that relationship with Jeff Lebby. Was at Oklahoma when he was committed to Oklahoma and his first season there. So, that's pretty obvious, a pretty solid connection there that he wanted to go there. But this past weekend kind of, kept it under wraps. Bama Online reporting today that he was in Tuscaloosa this past weekend for that South Carolina game. And, apparently was blown away by everything he saw from Alabama. So he ends up flipping to the Crimson Tide today. And, man, that is a big pickup for Alabama in that 2025 defensive line room. We'll break down, where Alabama sits in that defensive line class later on as well. But, look, everybody loves a commitment. So go ahead and spam RTR in the comment section for me. The more RTRs we have, the more chance that Alabama might get a couple more commitments in this 2025 recruiting class. So get down there at the pinned comment and spam your RTRs. So Kevonte Henry so far in JUCO has been a really, really solid player. If you look at his film in JUCO, the kid absolutely jumps off the tape. He's super fast. Quick stance off the ball, and he just absolutely bodies double teams, man. This kid, obviously it's, not the best competition in JUCO. Sometimes, it definitely can be, but in his first year, 2023, 7.5 sacks or TFLs in 10 games. This year, on pace pretty much to, do a little bit better than that. 19 tackles so far this year in 5 games. 5.5 TFLs, 2 sacks. And I will make note, he has 2 more years of eligibility left because, he went to Oklahoma, redshirted, and then now has played 2 seasons in JUCO, and then he'll have 2 more seasons remaining with the Crimson Tide. So with his commitment, that makes 3 defensive linemen in Alabama's 2025 recruiting class. You have London Simmons, the only high school player right now for Alabama in that 2025 class along the defensive line. And then you also have Steve Mbamua. Of course, we've talked about him a lot. He's from Canada. He was committed to Alabama's 2024 class, but ended up, English is not his first language. So he has to take an English class. So he went to JUCO first to do that. But I really love what he has on tape as well. And now Alabama also landing Kevonte Henry 247 Sports has him as the number 2 overall player and the number 2 defensive lineman, but On3 has him as like the number 4 overall player, I think, and the number 1 edge rusher in this class coming out of JUCO. So definitely a solid player. Had a lot of offers for Division I coming out of high school. So I mean, they're sitting pretty solid with him. I also will make note, Justice Terry. Alabama's kind of been on his radar a little bit, really a top 2 with them and Georgia. I would assume, and I'm just assuming this, that with Kevonte Henry coming in, you might miss out on Justice Terry there because Steve Mbamua and Henry are both looking at, playing that bandit role for Alabama. So, I mean, who knows if they want to put Justice Terry as a defensive tackle. Alabama still does really need I think another defensive tackle in this class because you got London Simmons there, and he's a little bit underrated, I think. But, I mean, we'll see what happens with Justice Terry as it gets closer to, commitment time. Before we move on in today's show, I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Game Time because they are sponsoring our show today. Game Time is the only ticketing app I use, and they even have a new feature now called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks just filters out all the fluff to show you only the incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Game Time Picks is just curation that makes it easier to save more on sports, concert. I just bought tickets to go see Andrew Schultz, stand-up comedian. I cannot wait for that show. It's going to be a really good time. Game Time has killer last-minute deals. They have all-in prices, views from your seat, and the lowest price is guaranteed. And if you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. They have all-in pricing. You toggle this feature on, and it shows you the total up front, so there are no surprise fees at checkout. So if you want to go to the Garbage Truck Workers Convention against Tennessee coming up this weekend, I would get my tickets with Game Time. It is the best ticketing app out there. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app today. Create an account. Redeem promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Check out GameTime.co for last-minute tickets. Terms do apply. But again, create an account and redeem promo code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, for $20 off your first purchase. That link will be in the comment section and the description of today's video. Download Game Time today, because what time is it? It's game time. All right, going on to Alabama's remaining schedule here. The next 3 games for Alabama is just a true gauntlet, and I will be honest, I am very, very nervous for the next 3 games for Alabama. They're playing 3 ranked teams within the next 4 weeks. You got Tennessee coming up this weekend, 3rd Saturday in October. A massive rivalry. Get your cigars ready. They're 5-1 so far this season. They lost against Arkansas a couple weeks ago. And then, honestly, they looked really bad against Florida this past weekend as well. And they also just lost, one of their best defensive players on the defensive side of the ball. So that is another thing that is just going to hinder Tennessee. And then you got Missouri. They're ranked number 19 right now, also 5-1. They took a pretty bad loss to Texas A&M, lost to them 41-10, and then they also had a very close win over Vanderbilt, 30-27 in overtime. Vanderbilt also had a shot to win that game. And then you have a much-needed bye in Week 10 right before you play number 8 LSU. They're also 5-1. They lost the first week of the season to USC, 27-20, and then they squeaked by South Carolina just like you did, and then they squeaked by Ole Miss as well. So it's going to be a very, very tough schedule the next couple of weeks for Alabama, but that bye week right there gives me a little bit more confidence for that LSU game. So over the next 3 games, I want you guys to get down in the comments section and predict Alabama's record. They, definitely could go 3-0 in those games. Also, okay chance that they go 0-3. Definitely hope that doesn't happen, but let me know in the comment section. Predict Alabama's record over the next 3 games. Now, we have talked about the fact that Alabama's defense has struggled a lot so far this year, and they have played one team, Georgia, who ranks inside the top 50 in total offense. These are your next 3 games right here. Tennessee ranked number 9th. or ninth in total offense. They've been scoring 42 points a game. Missouri is tied for 35th, 33 points a game. And you got LSU, who is tied for 31st with 34 points per game. And man, what you've done so far this season in your first couple of games, it just does not bode well for Alabama in the next couple of games because, man, you faced Western Kentucky, 66th overall offense in college football. You gave up 145 yards. South Florida, 104th overall offense in college football. You gave over 300 yards to them. Wisconsin, they lost their starting quarterback. You still gave up 290 yards. They ranked 53rd overall. Georgia, the only team that you have played so far inside the top 50 in total offense, you gave up over 500 yards to them, and most of that was in the second half. Then everybody knows what happens to Vanderbilt. Gave up over 400 yards to them. You gave up 40 points to them. They're ranked number 96th in total offense. It's just not very good at all. And then South Carolina ranks 92nd in the country in total offense. You gave up almost 400 yards to them as well. It is the most yards per game since 1998 for the Crimson Tide, giving up 342 and a half yards since the year I was born, just to give you guys a little bit of context into that. So, man, it is going to be a very, very tough schedule for Alabama the next couple of weeks. And then you also have teams like Oklahoma and Auburn as well. Thank God the Iron Bowl is at home this year because, man, if, we lose to Auburn in the first year under Kalen DeBoer, I just might have to jump.